Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sabans, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, and entertainment. And we give you guys the first perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have a very interesting show in store for you guys. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. And oh, by the way, we're actually working on something pretty exciting that we want to share. We're going to be launching a paid Dreamers Pro community. So if you guys want to be a part of it, which I'm sure some of you want, and be able to take advantage of this one-time discount that we have, please be sure to sign up to the waiting list that we have pinned in the comments below. Trust me, y'all do not want to miss what we're going to have going on in there. Anyway, let me get into today's show. So, over the last week or so, we've been on a full-blown Lakers Lebron roast, and I've enjoyed every step of it. I've enjoyed every single step of it because you must roast these LeBron fans. You have to. We must. We must, because they're always, it's like we're at war with these people, man. Whenever LeBron does something, they all up in the comment section, twerking it up, hollering, screaming, oh, LeBron did this, LeBron did that. Now they coming for us on Instagram. If you're not following us on IG, make sure you follow us on IG. Our handle is Dreamers Pro, same as the channel. We definitely going after them over there too, and they over there heavy, right? There's one dude that comments on every single video I post. He be dropping like 5 to 10 comments per reel that we drop. So we over there heavy over there on IG. So what happened? Going into last night's game, the Lakers had lost 3 games in a row, right? Because they finally had an opportunity to play some real NBA competition. But going into yesterday's game, I said that it was going to be a foregone conclusion that the Lakers were going to beat the Utah Jazz. Now, why did I say that? Well, going into that game, the Jazz had lost 3 games in a row. They had a record of 4-15, and they were almost the worst team, okay, in the Western Conference, and one of the bottom 3 teams in the entire NBA. So I said going into that game, it's going to be a no-brainer that LeBron and these guys are going to beat the living hell out of them. And boy, oh boy, was I wrong. I actually started watching the game. And as I was watching that game, you could clearly see in the first quarter that the Jazz were not a very good basketball team. They were making executional mistakes. They were sloppy. A lot of times it's like they didn't know what sets they wanted to get into. They just looked confused. But for whatever reason, the Lakers themselves couldn't even take advantage of it. As I'm watching this game, I'm saying to myself, if the Lakers can't put this team away quickly, if they can't beat this confused team quickly, how are they going to be able to fare against real NBA competition? So as the Lakers are playing them, at a certain point they will take a lead, then they'll go back, they'll take a lead, and then the game comes all the way down to the waning moments, and the Lakers totally avoid, or nearly avoid, a total collapse had it not been for a blunder by the Jazz head coach and just basically squeaked by with a 1-point victory. And then, of course, you had those LeBron fans twerking it up all over the internet. So I want to get into the breakdown of that game. But before we even get into that breakdown, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Game Time. With the year almost over, I am super excited about creating new memories with family and friends by attending various theater shows, plays, and sporting events. And when it comes time to look for tickets, Game Time is my go-to. Game Time is one of the most reliable marketplaces for last-minute tickets to the most popular events in sports, music, and theater in more than 60 cities across the United States and Canada. Game Time saves me money, time, and stress. It finds the best deals, guarantees that the tickets are legit, and ensures that they get them to me on time. Game Time Picks is my favorite tool. It cuts through the fluff and shows you the best deals on great seats near you so you don't waste time searching. For example, I look forward to this upcoming NBA Cup between the Thunder and the Lakers. Here's what I like to do. First, I select an all-in price to see the total ticket price up front, so I'm not surprised by the additional fees at checkout. Next, I click on Game Time Picks to check out their curated deals. And finally, I pick the ticket I want. I choose the cheapest deal, the great deal, or the amazing deal. Once you select the ticket you want, you can use their panoramic seat view to ensure you know exactly what you're getting before you buy. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and use redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So let's get into the box score of this game. As I said, the Lakers ended up winning that game 105-104. But there was a shot that Colin Sexton made at the end of the game that ended up not counting, which would have been a game winner, but his coach ended up calling a timeout. Now, I just want to go over some of the stats from the first half, because in the first half, the Lakers actually had 58 points to 56 points. Again, this is against one of the 3 worst teams in the entire NBA. In the third quarter, of that game, the Lakers scored 28-25. You're like, okay, they had a 2-point lead. Now they made it a 5-point lead at the end of the third. So one would think, oh, okay, they're going to go out and just beat them and then just get away with it in the sunset. But what happens? The Lakers get outscored by 4 points in that game in the fourth quarter. Okay, LeBron does score 10 points in the fourth quarter, but he took 14 shots in the fourth quarter and shot 35%. Okay, 35% and attempted 6 threes. He missed all of his 3-point shots. AD attempted 2 shots, while LeBron attempted 14 shots. LeBron by himself attempted more shots individually than his entire team in the fourth quarter. And I'm going to tell you exactly why LeBron was attempting all those shots. I'm going to tell you exactly why. Because going into the fourth quarter, in the first half, LeBron had 13 points. In the third quarter, he had 4 points, which means that what? LeBron had 17 points. Now, what some of you may not be aware of, if LeBron didn't score, or coming into that game, LeBron had gone like, I think, 6 games where he scored less than 20 points in a game. So LeBron was keenly aware of his numbers. And I don't think LeBron was ready to go 7 games in a row where he didn't score at least 20 points. So he ended up finishing the game with 27 points. He took 28 shots to get 27 points. He took 9 3-point shots and missed all of them. In the fourth, he missed 6. So these guys were actually going through a total collapse in the game. And they were barely able to squeak out of there with the win. And do you know why? The free throw advantage. The Lakers finished that game +9 in terms of free throw attempts to the Jazz, who got 16 to the Lakers 25. So the Lakers had the free throw advantage, and they only won against the 3rd worst team in the Western Conference in the NBA by 1 point. And they would have lost that game had it not been a late game blunder by the Jazz head coach. Had it not been that blunder, the Lakers would have lost the game. So if I'm a Lakers fan, or I'm a LeBron fan, I'm not celebrating nothing. I'm not going live. I'm not doing none of that. Because if you're struggling to beat this team, who's one of the worst teams in the NBA, what's going to happen when you start playing real teams? They got the Minnesota Timberwolves coming up next. They play good basketball, kind of. You have the Miami Heat. They're going to compete. They're going to play hard. They just beat Dallas in Dallas the other day. You have the Atlanta Hawks, which seem to be one of the weirdest teams in the NBA. They can beat teams like the Cleveland Cavaliers and then just lose to teams that they're supposed to beat. And then they have the Portland Trail Blazers, and then they have the Kings coming up 2 times, and then they have the Pistons. So the Lakers are getting ready to go on another soft schedule. And they may pick up some wins. But what I want to say is, whatever wins they do pick up, don't be fooled by it. Because they're not playing real teams. Whatever their record reflects now doesn't really show. Because they're playing nobodies. And in some cases, they're barely beating nobodies. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.